Let's see leetcode problem 912, sort an array. First we will discuss and understand the problem statement, and then we will understand the two approaches. First approach is brute force approach and second approach is an optimal approach, and then we will try run the code also. So let's start. Let's understand the problem statement, sort an array. So it's a very simple problem that we have to sort the array, given array. Okay, given array is 5 2 3 1 and we have to sort it. Okay, so after sorting it will look like 1 2 3 5. Okay, this is a very simple problem statement. Okay, by seeing only you will understand, and by reading the problem statement you will understand the problem. Okay, so this is a very simple problem. So now we are at selection sort, means sorting and searching, but we are taking the recursion and backtracking 3 videos. Okay, taken 3 videos. Okay, further we will after completing the graphs and trees we will again resume the backtracking and recursion problems. Okay, because without trees you will get hard to understand the backtracking problems. Okay, so we have stopped the backtracking and recursion problems. Further we will resume it. Okay, so now I am taking starting the sorting and searching algorithms. Okay, so motive behind this video is that you have to learn the selection sort. Okay, means teaching the selection sort. Okay, by this selection sort this code will be, this problem will be solved. Okay, but not submitted. Okay, it will take more time. Okay, so its time complexity is more. Okay, so it will not get submitted. In the case of learning the search selection sort, I am teaching this approach. Okay, second approach is an priority queue, which is a minimum heap. By using this technique you can solve this problem and submit this problem on leetcode, but it is essential to understand that selection sort, and we are learning the DSA concepts. Okay, not to solve only problems and submit on the leetcode. We are understanding the concepts and getting knowledge of concepts. Okay, means we have to learn the selection sort in the sorting and searching phase of the DSA 100 days of code DSA challenge. So I am teaching you the selection sort. In the further classes we can also learn the bubble sort, merge sort, quick sort, all sorts. Okay, that are not submitted by the leetcode. Okay, so we will try to solve in the VS code. Okay, by which you will get an idea how it will execute, and you will learn the core concept of that sorting algorithms. Okay, means selection sort. Okay, so it will compile all test cases. Okay, but it will not get submitted on leetcode. So in case of you have to learn the selection sort, I will teach here. Okay, so let's see the approach one, which is a selection sort. So nums given an array and we have to sort them. Okay, so it will look like after sorting 1 2 3 and 5. Okay, what we have to do in the selection sort, we have to pick the minimum element from this element and we have to compare it with the first element of the array, and we have to swap it with. Okay, so we will take the minimum variable, that minimum is equal to integer dot maximum value, means the minimum will get to the maximum value. Okay, maximum value means plus infinity. Okay, means lesser than plus infinity we will take it as minimum. Okay, I will teach you that. We will start traversing array from this. Okay, now we got the 5. Okay, what we will do, the 5 is less than plus infinity, so minimum will get stored at 5. Okay, 5 will be stored at minimum. Now again we will traverse. Now it will come to the 2. Now 2 is less than 5, so minimum will become 2. Now 3 is greater than minimum, so it will not get to the, not means change 2 to the 3. Okay, now 1 is less than minimum, so it will get updated to minimum is equal to 1. Now minimum is equal to 1. Okay, I will write here minimum is equal to 1, and our first pointer we will keep the ith pointer at here. Okay, means I here, and j is traversing to find the minimum value. Okay, I is the first point of the first element of this array, and j is to find the minimum value. Okay, now j is finding the minimum value. Okay, 1, and I is at 5. Now we will compare 5 and minimum value. Okay, now 5 is greater than 1. Okay, 5 is greater than 1, so we will swap it. Okay, after swapping it will look like 1 2 3 and 5. Okay, it will look like this. Now the smallest element will come at the first. Okay, now what we will do, I will move forward and I will come to 2, and j will start from 2 to, means first index to last index. Okay, now 2. Okay, now minimum value, again we will reset minimum value to the plus infinity. Okay, now we will check 2 is less than plus infinity. Yes, then minimum will become minimum will become 2. Now j pointer will come to 3 and it will become updated to 2 only, okay, not 3, because minimum is 2. Okay, now we will move to the now here is 5. Okay, now 5 is also greater than, okay, minimum value is 2. Now we will check this is less than, I is less than means nums of I will write here nums of I is less than nums of j. Nums of j means minimum value, okay, minimum index. Okay, now 2 and 2 are equal, okay, so it will not get swapped. Now j will move here, I will move here, and j will again traverse, and 3 will be remain there only, and this is only sorted array. Okay, by seeing the code you will understand more, and while writing the code I will explain in neat way, and I will try to give my best to explain you code. Okay, so let's go to the approach 2. Okay, let's see the approach 2, which is a priority queue minimum heap. We will create one minimum heap, and we will store all the elements into heap. So 5 is stored in the heap. Now 2 is stored into heap. Now 3 is also stored into heap, and 1 is also stored into heap. Now what we will do, this is minimum heap, so it will look like 1, 2, 3 and 5. Minimum will be at the top. Okay, so now we will pop element to the minimum heap, and we will store into the original array. Okay, so after popping, 1 will be popped out. Okay, 1 will be popped out, then 2 will be popped out, then 3 will be popped out, then 5 will be popped out. Okay, after popping our array is sorted. Okay, by doing this priority queue code, your code will be submitted on leetcode, but while doing the selection sort, it will be not get submitted. Okay, but it's important to understand the selection sort concept. Okay, I will also write the selection sort code on the leetcode, and I will also write the minimum heap code. Okay, so while writing the code of sorting selection sort, I will explain again. Okay, so let's go on leetcode screen. Let's write code for our approach. First approach is selection sort. So first we will write the swap function, void swap int, and I will name it as, first I will write here. Okay, so int n is equal to, first we will take the size of array, so nums dot length, and we will take k is equal to 0. Further I will tell that why I am taking k is equal to 0, and we will take two pointers I and j. Okay, and then we will take here for loop for I is equal to 0, I should be less than n, and I incremented. Okay, and here we will take the minimum new variable, which is a minimum, which is equal to integer dot maximum value. Okay, and here we will use second for loop. So j is equal to, it will start from I, and j should be less than n, and j incremented. Okay, here if the minimum is here nums of j is less than minimum, then we will assign minimum is equal to nums of j. Okay, so minimum is equal to nums of j. Okay, and we will keep the index of that number into k variable. Okay, so k is equal to j. Okay, and here we will check if nums of I is less than is greater than minimum. If it is greater than minimum, then we will swap. Okay, we will call the swap function, and we will pass the original array and I pointer and k pointer. Okay, now we will write the swap function. So here we will take I into I and int j. Okay, now I will take here variable int temp. We will simply swap those two elements. Okay, temp is equal to array of I, and array of I is equal to array of j, and array of j is equal to temp. Okay, and simply we will go to the last, and we will return the original array. Okay, so let's compile the code. This code will successfully compile, and all test cases are run successfully. Okay, but here is one problem, that selection sort will not get submitted for this particular problem. Okay, so here is a spelling mistake nums. Okay, so let's compile the code once again. So what I was telling, that if we try to submit this code, it will not get submitted for this particular problem. Okay, but intuition is that to teach you the selection sort, how it works. Okay, so you can see here all test cases are run successfully, and our accepted. Okay, problem is accepted. While we try to submit this problem, it will not get submitted. Okay, it will give the error of exceeding time limit. Okay, so I will show. So you can find this time limit is exceeded for the longer array. Okay, so this motive behind this video is that I have to teach you the selection sort. Okay, so let's try this second approach, okay, which is an priority queue heap. Okay, so I will default problem. Okay, so I will create here one priority queue. So priority queue, it will hold the integers. So integer, I will name it as pq and a new priority queue. Okay, and I will put those all elements into the priority queue. So I will use here for each loop for int is to nums. Okay, and pq dot offer that num. Okay, num. Okay, all the elements are put into the minimum heap, means priority queue. Okay, now what we will do, we will simply pop out those elements and store into that original array. Okay, so I will take here new pointer I equal to 0 to store those into those index. Okay, those element into those index, while pq dot size is greater than 0, we have to pop those elements. Okay, so pq dot, okay, wait a minute. Okay, here is like this. Okay, its syntax is like this. So here it should be nums of I is equal to pq dot poll. Okay, and we will increment I, and simply we will return the original array, return nums. Let's compile the code. Okay, our code is successfully compiled. Let's submit the code. This code will be submitted successfully on leetcode for this particular problem. Okay, our code is successfully submitted. So thank you guys for watching my video. If you liked my video, then like, share and subscribe, and subscribe and press the bell icon to get notified. Okay, so this was our day 45 of 100 days of code DSA challenge. So we are at sorting and searching. Okay, so we will resume the backtracking and recursion problems at the last. Okay, last means after trees. Okay, means you will get idea about the backtracking problems. Okay, otherwise you will get hard to solve the backtracking and recursion problems. So I have started the sorting and searching algorithms. So thank you guys for watching my video. If you liked my video, then like, share and subscribe.